Good morning, folks. This is El Rabbit from El Rabbit's Barbecue, and today we're going to make some homemade menudo. And this right here is beef tripe, and this is what they call the honeycomb because it resembles a honeycomb. This right here is the more expensive of the tripe, but always make sure that we get some. This is going to be about 10 pounds. This is 4 pounds actually of the hominy of the honeycomb, and then this is regular beef tripe. It usually comes like in these little square blocks pre-cut, and they stretch out kind of like that. And there's some fat in some of them, so usually I'll go by, or we'll go by, my wife and I, and we'll trim some of the fat off if we need to, because I don't like a big thick layer of fat on top of your menudo when you're serving. And see, like right here's a good example of some fat, and it's really not that bad. This at the store that I bought it from. There's different stores carry different, I guess from different vendors, and so far this looks pretty clean. And I have washed it and cleaned it and rinsed it off twice, so it's pretty clean, except for now that I'm digging into these little crevices. But it seems like there's not a lot of fat. Here's a good example of some fat, but it should have a little bit of fat in it, but not very much. You can almost pull that off. You see that? Got finger under it. We can pull that off pretty easy. Let me get this all prepared up and cut up into basically bite-sized pieces. And I have a pot here of boiling water with a few bay leaves in it. And this pot, I have beef hooves, or beef trotters. Beef hooves, I guess, trotters. And they're going to be going, I put these on a couple hours ago because they got to go for a while. And they're real bony, but that's what you want right there, the tendon, all that. Man, there's some really flavorful tendons and those little tasty bits right there. And I'm filming, and oops, let me get this on film. I'm filming, and camera guys sleep. It's still pretty early. It's about 7 o'clock. And we're gonna use a menudo mix. I'm not gonna go through all the hassle of grinding and doing all the stuff to these herbs and spices and everything that's in here. And I'll get a little list of what's in a typical menudo mix, because it doesn't say on this package. But if you go to the store and you look for ground menudo mix, usually any brand, they're all pretty much the same. They're pretty basic, and they done did all the work for you. So let's get this menudo on the road, because man, I love it, and I hope y'all do too. And whether you love it or not, post your comments, good or bad. It's all good. We'll check back with you in a few minutes. Okay, guys, this is a good example of where you might find some fat inside of the tripe. It's like both sides. Like here's some of the belly, then here's some of the belly, and in between the two layers, there's a little layer of fat. And all you gotta do is kind of work your fingers in there a little bit and work it out of there. And then I was going to say something else about this damn menudo. That this is all. If you look right here, this is all the fat that I got out of all that menudo. Normally, I get a lot more fat from the other store I normally go to, but that's just straight up lard or cow fat or belly fat, whatever it is. And then basically that's it. You take these little strips that are, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of fat in it, but there's not going to be very much fat in the pot of the menudo once it's done. I don't like that. I can't stand that. Then you just take them, cut these little pieces. Oh, what I was going to say was some people cook the shit out of it till it's like, I hate to say this, but like, I don't know, like a loogie in your mouth. And well, you want to have a good mouthfeel on it. That's the deal. A lot of people don't like menudo because they're just not getting it. They're getting it overcooked or not cooked enough. It's either too tough and rubbery, or you know, it has too much tooth to it, and then, or it's just falling apart, sliding right down your throat like an oyster. So it's all cleaned up. I just wanted to show that example of that. We're fixing to rinse it off one more time, and then I'm putting it in the pot of boiling water. We're going to cook it probably about 2 hours. And you just got to go by how it feels. It starts to get tender, but like I said, you don't want it to be all gooey, you know, because it will break down to that point. And, you know, it's a tough piece of meat if it's not cooked enough, and it'll get overcooked. Y'all get the point. Anyways, we'll see y'all here in a minute when we get back. And one more rinse, and then we're going to go on and rock and roll this menudo. See y'all in a little while. Okay, folks, this pot of menudo has been rolling boil for about an hour, going on an hour. I forgot to film putting it in. It doesn't matter. This is where we're looking, what we're looking like. It's still tough. It's really hot, but it is kind of tough. I don't know if you can tell how tough that is just by the camera, but it is. It's not very tender yet. We've been skimming some of the fat off the top because there is fat coming off the top. But this is not just from the menudo itself. It's also from the trotters, the beef trotters. And this is what I'm going for. This like tendon and these gelatinous little tasty bits right in here. And these are starting to break down really well. And there's a lot of flavor coming off these because, you know the rule, close to the horn and close to the hoof, there's a lot of flavor. And I can't remember the rest. I think it's like, what, hoof and horn, lots of flavor. And then in the back and away from the hoof, you get further away from the hoof, it's a lot less flavor, like in your steaks and stuff like that. But look at that. Some of you guys might not like that, but ooh, I love this. I love that in my pho when we go out to eat the Vietnamese style soup. But this is just menudo. It's a different version. This is awesomeness. Anyways, this is going to be kind of a long video. Might make it into 2 parts, maybe 3, I don't know. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. But you can see some of this little bit of fat, and we're skimming a lot of that stuff out of there, you know, and putting it in that pot over there. See, here's some of that. Really, it's pretty much clear liquid now, clear broth. Very tasty, delicious clear broth. I'm going to add some of this to my menudo. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. We'll be back here in a minute. Let's get one more look at this menudo. And I figure a couple hours boiling at least. And then we'll go from there. We got a good hour so far in. And it's probably been boiling for about, I don't know, 45 minutes. Alright. See you in a minute. Back. Okay, guys. I'm fixing to put this menudo mix in. It's already pre-ground. Everything you need is in there. It's unsalted, so we have to check for the seasoning. And I think it's got oregano, Mexican oregano. It's got some herbs and spices, and of course the chili powder, which is probably a basic chili powder. And then it also has like the chili guajillos and the chili ancho. And some people make all that stuff from scratch, but this works just as well. And let me kind of get it mixed in and broke down in there. And you can see some of the little herbs kind of starting to float around in there. Can you see them here? See those?
Yeah,
you can see them now. Plus, I put the bay leaf in there from earlier, and then we'll let it cook for another 30 minutes because this is already getting to the point that it's getting tender, and we're gonna let it roll probably another 30 minutes. This should be done around noon. And I already put about 2 or 3 tablespoons of salt, but I just tasted it for salt. I'm gonna put another tablespoon in there, and then we'll taste it. And you have to season it while you're going, because if you don't, it won't take the salt after a while. You can see all that's a little bit of the fat, a little bit of the grease. Man, this is smelling so good. Also, I have hominy that I'm going to put in it. I'm probably not going to film it. Where's it at? And my trademark for my menudo, when I make it, there's a white hominy and a yellow hominy. And these people don't know where it's at. We'll come back and whatever.
It's right here.
Okay, they found it. Just give me one of each and that'll be fine. And I'm going to put a total of 4 cans. And these are the big, they're 29 ounces or 1 pound, 13 ounce cans. This is the golden hominy or pozole. Can you see it? And then I have a white one also. That's the white hominy. I put plenty of hominy in there because my sister-in-law, she don't like the meat out of it, but she'll eat them. We have several family members that they just like the hominy out of it. So we'll be back when I plate it up. I'm probably not going to film anymore until we plate it up and bowl it out. Appreciate y'all hanging with me. Okay, folks. Here is our finished product. There's my beef trotters or beef hooves, the hominy, oh, see me. And then we have all the onions, peppers, lemons, and cilantro. Once again, I appreciate y'all stopping by and checking us out. See you next time.